I digress. So we're 9 weeks in to your first semester. I remember how I felt 9 weeks.
Wow, really?
In. Yeah, I do. I remember, like, literally, I was like, God, it's been 9 weeks. And it was a lot of, for me, it was as a freshman, it was a lot of, I see where my anxieties are, but I'm still here, and I'm still so happy that I'm here.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
100%.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
I think the key is just to be patient
Right.
and know that.
No, we literally, like, I mean, she's my best friend, so, like, we talk about this stuff all the time, obviously, but, like, I'm especially that kind of person, and I try very much to be very optimistic.
Sure.
Especially, like, when I have a lot going on, which I do happen to have a lot going on right now, but, like, when I have, like, so much going on, I like to be optimistic, but it's also, I understand that it's not healthy to, like, block out if something sucks.
Yeah.
So, like, it's
okay
definitely
to
that feeling of,
acknowledge.
like, every day I'm like, wow, I'm so happy. And, like, I'll say to Natalie all the time, I'm like, if I didn't love it here, I would be so in the right now.
100%.
Like, it sucks.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. It's definitely, like, that's a perfect way to describe it. It's, like, it's weird to be so happy, but also, like, you can locate things that are, like, kind of
Right.
bothering you, but, like, you just aren't really paying attention to them.
Yeah, and I
so you don't
think-
know how to deal with it.
I think like just having been in high school for 4 years and like developing very close friendships with people
That's
and then
definitely
coming
been
into
my big
a whole new state
Yeah.
with a whole new group of people that you just met is hard because you're not going to connect with these
It's
people
especially
right away
weird
on the
being
level
from South
on the
Florida.
level
Of course.
yeah on the
No
level
one's from, like,
of your
over
friends
here.
from home. And so especially being here, every time someone asks us where we're from and we're like Florida, they're like, why are you here? And I guess people who the people who don't love winter are like, go back to Florida. Like, what are you doing here? But
I would never.
But it turning into fall now is like so exciting for us.
We're literally like children.
Oh.
It's the funniest
Have
thing.
you guys seen snow before?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right.
I'm like pretty well traveled.
Yeah.
Like I've
Sure,
definitely.
sure.
I just haven't. I'd say over like 2 weeks been in like a very cool.
So to like
environment.
live,
Yeah.
especially like watching the seasons
I wouldn't even say 2 weeks, a
progress, it's just very exciting.
Yeah.
We die every time we see a leaf.
I've
We're like,
been-
oh my god.
I had a couple friends from Florida who had never seen snow before, so
That's so
when
cool.
we got here, so like,
Well, Danielle, my good
was
friend who
there.
I went on auditions with, Danielle, she's like my best friend from home. She had never seen snow, and auditions are like, Unifieds are in Chicago, like
Right.
smack in the middle of February.
Yeah.
So we were like, you're gonna see snow. And like, she saw it for the first time here at our audition here, and it
Oh, that's so
snowed.
fun.
And I
That's
was
awesome.
like, it was so cute. She
Yeah.
was so excited. But yeah, it was funny. I can't imagine that.
getting away from theater
Yeah.
now. What is it? Let's talk about the other side of Penn State that isn't theater for you
Okay.
guys. What is awesome about that side of it? Like, what do you look forward to that isn't theater related here?
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely a really social person. I love going out and that kind of thing. And I think Natalie.
Penn State's a great place to do
Natalie
that.
can be too, if she wants to be.
Can be. I think I love going out, but I also love my alone time.
Oh, I need my alone time.
Yeah.
Big time.
Like I love my alone time. I love like reading and like
I'm
binge
super
watching
social.
and
I'm super social, and like I love going out, and like at home especially too, which is also different. Like from South Florida, like the culture of like going out culture in general is so different. I can't explain it. We were like culture shock the first like 3
Right.
weeks. We were confused. We were like, what is going on? It's just so funny. Like you can't explain it until you see the difference.
Sure.
Like it's everything.
It's very
like, what
interesting,
people
too.
wear, like the music, like how people like dance and like talk to each other. Like
Yeah.
it's just funny. Like it's just hilarious. But no, I love going out and stuff. So it's been really fun to like get a feel for all that. It was obviously like kind of difficult at the beginning just because like I don't know anyone. So it was
Right.
like I didn't really know what like plans were.
But you
or,
felt
like,
your way through things.
yeah, it's still obviously happening. But yeah, definitely as time goes on, like every week you know more people and like there's more fun things to do.
Right.
So I love going out and live in Natalie's room on the weekends and we go out. It's a
Right.
lot fun time.
Totally.
What else?
yeah. Well, I just even think like, I mean, I had something for my gen ed, which was like we were having a class discussion and the class was broken up into 4 different groups. So I was waiting for my group outside of my teacher's office, and I met a lot of people just like waiting for us to go in. And it was like I was meeting people and it was so exciting. And how did I meet these people? Oh, they were just like, who are you? And we were standing outside of our teacher's office, and like I still talk to these people, and it's nice because like now we talk about class and like study together, and then like you meet their friends through them,
Yeah.
and so like that's good. And just like even walking around campus and like being at the hub, just like being around so many like different people all the time is just like really nice when you come from one place where like everyone knows each other.
Do
Oh my
you have
God,
a
yeah.
spot on campus that you like love to go to?
I
You know what
do.
I mean, yeah. Do you have that spot? Yeah.
Yeah, well, I live in West Campus, and it's like, I couldn't imagine living anywhere else because I'm so obsessed with it. I think it's so pretty and so gorgeous, and there's a bunch of benches outside, kind of like in the quad.
Yeah.
And I always sit in those benches and like FaceTime my mom and my brother and like show them everything outside and all like the nature, and I like freak out over the chipmunks and like the squirrels. I love them. I want to have a chipmunk. Like,
do you
so
know
weird.
Do you know the squirrel lady here?
No.
There's a squirrel.
She'll literally die.
She
This girl literally tries to take them. She sees
she-
squirrels.
I don't go
she's
after them,
like,
but I wish.
There's a squirrel lady who literally dresses up squirrels.
Shut up.
She has little squirrels.
Who is she okay? What is she
I
doing?
don't know, dude. I've actually wondered that myself. Like, why are you doing that?
Well, I think it's
who
so-
is she?
Look her up on YouTube. I don't know her name.
The
but I
squirrels
know
here
she-
aren't phased by
No, they're not.
anybody.
They'll come right up to
like,
you.
I mean, at home, you like walk
Kyle
10 feet
will
away
literally
to a
walk up
squirrel.
like face to face with
run.
a squirrel. I'm like,
course
you
he will.
probably just shouldn't do that.
And I mean,
Kyle's another freshman, by the way.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
he's
that
joking.
they aren't phased anymore because there's a million people on this campus, and they're just like, whatever, hey. But anyways, I love being
obsessed with that.
outside, and yeah, just like in the quad of West
Yeah, I
Campus.
don't think I have a spot. I don't know. I was thinking about it. I just really love being outside. I love walking around. I always do that too. I FaceTime my mom and my friends when I'm like
And I-
walking around
I
because
love-
it's so different for us. I can't even put it
I
into
love
words. I get
people
so
watching.
happy. Me too, so much. And like I like walking back. There's a walk from like when I go to the hub back to east where I live. It's like that. I don't really know what it is, but there's this big like grass patch I like walking through. It's just always so nice out. Like behind UHS.
I think another thing is that as big as this school is, it's also so small. Like
Yeah.
when all the time I run into people that I know.
Oh, all the time.
All the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Like a sophomore in the program, we saw just like walking, and he had his headphones in.
That was so
and
funny.
We
Was
were like,
Jalen?
Jalen!
It was so funny.
Nothing. Jalen! Nothing. So I know him really well, so I just ran up to catch up with him, and then I like get to where he is, and I just start walking really
Like,
close
right
to
back
him.
to him.
And
He didn't
for like
notice.
a couple seconds, he was just like, and then he looked, and he was like, oh, hi!
He just was so unfazed. It was so funny because I was like watching the whole thing. He was just kind of like, okay.
And even at like
Okay.
football games, there's 100,000 people in that stadium, and you run into people you know, and you're like, hey.
Yeah, it's so
so
weird.
weird.
Seeing people.
Yeah.
So weird.
Yeah,
So I think that's cool too.
Shut up. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
What's a bad day like?
What's a
That's
bad
it.
day like? Huh?
And why is it like that? Like if you could place blame. Don't blame yourselves. That sucks. That's not fun. Blame other people.
This is a tough question.
My answer.
I know, yeah,
I just get in my head.
You guys are excuse me. You guys are so in love with it here, and it's so obvious. But I do.
Yeah, but
I
like
do-
everyone has like
Yeah.
I don't know. We also try like actively to stay positive
Sure.
about
I
everything.
think at home or wherever you are in the world or in your life, like you're always gonna have good days and bad days. But I think like specifically at school, I think just like the hardest thing for me has been feeling like I don't know if I can really connect with people yet.
Yeah.
Um,
That's why we're like very much like we're always together in general, but it just feels like sometimes we're like we don't feel like we know anyone to like that extent. Especially like I was saying to Natalie and she was saying before, like I had really, really good friends in high school. Like I was one of those people, I was
Yeah.
really lucky. Like I have like best friends that I'm confident like will be at my wedding in high school. Like some people have like no good friends in high school and make their best friends in college or both, whatever. But I had like was really fortunate to have a really, really, really good group of friends for like I went to my same school for my whole life since I was 2. So
sense, yeah.
you know the same people. So like it's very weird to go from like having that, like having people all at all times to like coming here and knowing literally no one. She was the only person I came into knowing maybe 2 other people in our program. But it was just it's so like it can be very discouraging to like not feel like you've and like you feel it's weird because it's like that feeling where you know a lot of people but it's not like anything real and it's like
Because I was
you
just
feel
gonna
you're
say,
really
like,
connecting
when
with
you
people.
meet new people, not that you're being fake whatsoever, but you're being like very on, like
Yeah.
they're new to you, like
Right. First impressions.
yeah,
It's first
exactly.
impression day.
And so I think like we're still kind of in that phase because it's only been a couple of months. Like we're all still trying to really get to know each other.
Or it's even like sometimes discouraging when you do meet people and like you get close with them and it's like you understand how far that relationship is gonna go, and you're like, this is a good friend to have, but like it's just not the kind of
Right.
person that I'm gonna be
Yeah.
like depending on.
And the
it's like,
person that you were closest to the first week, you might not be close with
which
anymore.
has been a lot, definitely for us. We've
Yeah.
experienced a lot of like,
Which is okay. It's like
stuff
trial
like
and
that.
error. And
Yeah.
like it's
I love
fine.
that.
Yeah.
it's just weird.
Trial and error with people. Like that was fun.
That was great.
That was
And
okay.
It's over.
But
Yeah, that was great. We'll be like,
We're all
oh yeah,
done.
they're awesome. awesome. Like, that 1 week was great, but I haven't talked to them, in 2 weeks.
Right.
It's like, okay, we tried. But yeah, I don't know. That's definitely something discouraging. I'm not blaming it on myself.
Do you blame that? Yeah, don't blame it on yourself. It's not that's a human thing. Like, that's a very human
No, for sure. I mean,
thing.
not blaming it on myself. Like, not that. Just like sometimes I think the bad days, at least for me, is when I focus a lot on that.
When I look for relationships with people, right, I'm looking for that easy back and forth, but real connection.
That's the best.
And I will admit that for whatever reason, at home, that seemed to be a little bit easier to find.
100%.
Well, I think that's because there's a familiarity from where you come from.
Yeah, especially like she was saying before, this is something that like I really can't explain. I don't know if it's like this in other places, but everyone that has like went to any type of school in South Florida, like everyone in South Florida knows everyone in South Florida.
Sure.
Like, even though like I went to a small private high school and like you still know everyone. And like people that are from South Florida that maybe even like there are a couple of YouTubers from South Florida, like we all know them. Like everyone knows them.
Yeah.
And everyone, like a lot of people go to Florida State, and so like when you go there it's just like big high school. So like it's very weird to like come from where you know literally every person to like knowing no one.
But you don't
To knowing each other.
You don't blame that on Penn State culture, is what I'm asking.
No, definitely not. I think it's just a really big school, and not even like to blame myself a little. I think that it can be overwhelming.
Sure.
And like sometimes I don't know how to necessarily like put myself out there, especially something that I was telling my mom a lot when I first got here that was like really stressful is like the culture here of like the state school environment is like the same as Florida State, which is something that I'm familiar with because that's where so many people go where I'm from. So it's like that everyone, like I was saying, it's a big high school for Florida State. People from Pennsylvania feel like Penn State's a big high school and they all know each other and come with their friends. So many people, especially like freshman girls, come in friend groups, and girls aren't really interested in making other friends a lot of the time. So like it's kind of scary to like put yourself into someone else's friend group. Because it's like, I don't know, it's really weird. A lot of people just come like, because it's a state school, so many people just come together and like they know their friends or they have their friends or they're best friends with their roommate. And I didn't even know my roommate before I got here. So like that's also something else. Like I don't have that like person necessarily even in my building to go and meet people because like being alone is stressful.
Sure.
To like walk around up to someone in my building and be like, hey, because they're all like, a few of them are like best friends. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to.
It's so weird how much I appreciate it when someone does though. I was in line.
No, for sure.
Oh, yes.
I was in line at P.F. Chang's. No, not P.F. Chang's. Panda Express the other day.
Love it.
Getting lunch.
Love it.
Quality food.
and this dude, I was just in line behind him. Turns around, he's like, "Hey man, what's going on?" And I'm like,
No,
hey.
it's crazy because you see someone do it and you're like, that's awesome.
And I'm like, I was just on my phone. I was so caught off guard, right? I was so caught off guard by it. And so he was like, hey, what's up, man? He's like, not much, man. Honestly, I'm really stressed out. And he's like ready to like open up to me about it. And so he and I have like a conversation for the whole time we're in line. It's like the middle of the day at the hub at Panda, so it's like long ass line.
Yeah.
We have a whole ass conversation without me even knowing his name until right before we leave.
I think that's so cool.
By the way, I'm Brendan. By the way, I'm Dominic. That was his name, and we exchanged information.
Oh, that's fun.
And like we just like. It was so real. It was like one of those. It was like, like I could see myself being really dope friends with him just from that moment. We actually haven't hit each other up yet, so.
Well, even when I met you for the first time, you were like, because we knew of each other, but we had never really formally met. I remember you being like, "Hey, how are you?" And I was like.
My favorite. This is my favorite story that's happened this entire semester was that. It was so funny. Because
it really meant so much to me for like someone to genuinely wonder how I was doing because I felt like
that's so sad. Holy crap.
I'm so glad I could.
It was just so funny. Like we walked away and I was like, that was the saddest thing like ever.
Because I was like,
sad.
I'm good, thank you.
If it wasn't clear, the three of us are pretty good friends already going into this. I don't know, just, because we're all acting.
We just met.
But
we did just meet though, like
no, we really did.
We did because I didn't talk to you too.
No, but I loved you right away.
Until thank you.
I told her that. That's why she was excited
since we're the same, like since I knew she loved you, I knew that I was going to.
Tight. Nice.
No, I loved you.
And I just trust her like opinion on everything, and I respect you a lot. Yeah,
Well,
I look up to
really
you in a lot
moment.
of ways. Yeah,
That's a really cute moment. I'm glad it was
I kind of like
is
her.
cute.
But I think like sometimes on a personal level, like, or not on a personal level, and in regard to like the Penn State thing, like I think sometimes me being who I am and being like in like an introverted extrovert, like sometimes I do feel a lot of like social pressure to like keep up with like the state school thing and like tailgating and like going out and like I'm tired, like.
Yo,
Like I can't keep up with you all. That was something that I knew was going to be an issue for me coming in. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to keep up with everyone and how excited they are.
Keep up with
I'm not an excited person. Keep up with you. Yeah, but
Sure.
but there are a lot of people who have the same mentality as you here. Like everyone is so excited to be here, and not that I'm not. I'm really happy that I'm here.
No, but you like calm time.
But there's nothing
There's
wrong
nothing
with that.
wrong with that at all.
But I knew.
But
like,
also, like,
I can't rally.
You're at Penn State, you want calm time?
I can't.
Calm alone
I
time
can't
at Penn
rally.
State?
I can't.
I'm like, Natalie, let's
And I'm like, I can't do it today. And I'm not saying that I don't like to go out and do those things. It's just been harder for me to be so into it and be so active.
So when I say Penn State culture, I'm not saying, tell me about Greek life. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm just like, are there things about Penn State culture